For the past 14 years, he's helped transform over 21,000 clients. He was the first one to popularize 30-minute fat loss workouts in El Paso and Las Cruces. He's changed the fitness industry in the U.S.-Mexico border. He's the trainer's trainer and has helped hundreds of fitness enthusiasts become trainers. Over the last 7 years, he's helped thousands of kids in need through his charitable contributions. He's the CEO of Raw Fitness, voted #1 gym by the City Magazine. He is the king of weight loss, a master in success mindset, transformation genius. He's the man on a mission to change 1 million lives by 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise and put your hands together for Mr. Octavio Urias.
Rafael came out here and gave a speech and everything, right? So I'm like, hey, let me talk to you guys. You know what I was thinking? Everybody got your nice shoes, right? You guys are gonna use them tomorrow? Yeah. You guys had a nice dinner? Yes. So one of the things that I want to make sure we do is to make sure that every single one here, make sure that they feel appreciated, make sure that you're here with support. And also one of the things that I was thinking, you know what I really love about this team? Is that we can all keep it really raw, really real, and you're not gonna get butthurt, right? Right. Because you know that makes you better, right? Some people just want to pat on the back, they want to high five, they want to say, great job, you're pretty good, right? But then they can't hear the reality, right? And here, I feel like we don't have that. I feel like you can take the good, you can take the bad, because we're all here to get better, right? So like, I'll give you a few examples. One of the other things that I really love about this is that you guys are proof that you can really succeed when you set your mind to, like you were talking about that earlier, right? Like nobody here, can I keep it raw with you? Yeah. Can I keep it real? Just because it's real, right? Like nobody's gonna get butthurt, right? Like, do I have your permission to just keep it raw and real? Yeah. Okay. Can somebody close the door? You sure have to get real up in here. Alright, so I'll give you a few examples. Like nobody here in this team started being a star. Right? Like Luis, I'll give you an example. When he joined the team, he was in charge of selling. He couldn't sell someone by accident. Now, I want you guys to try this. Luis, you're good. You're pretty good. He's come a long way now, right? Like Michael, he was a West Side Walker. I didn't know he was in the video. I'm like, let's see how long this guy takes. Okay? Now look at it. Let's say, Michael, you're good. You're pretty good. Come on, like you mean it. You're pretty good. Now I'll tell you about Brittany. I remember Brittany. Las Cruces. I thought in the middle of the interview, I thought like an earthquake was happening. She was like shaking. Right? Okay. Tony, like when Tony came to this team, he came from a farm. So he was just used to being with plants and animals. He didn't know how to interact with people. Now he's really good. Like he wants people to welcome, smile. Like Tony, you're good. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. Like you guys all help me. You're pretty good. I remember Malcolm at career day, like his voice. You know how his voice is deep.
Yeah, very deep.
I couldn't understand a damn thing of what he was saying in the mic, right? And now he's got like, we thought like, man, I don't know if people are gonna understand him, right? It's gonna be a hard time, to get him up to locations because he didn't have transportation. And he's the guy that's been available to go to any location. And some of us bitch about, I don't want to drive there, right? So. True character, and now people rave about him. So let's say, you're good, Malcolm. Pretty good. One thing I remember about Efren. I'm not saying about everybody, because some of you guys are pretty new. I'm like, damn. He hasn't had that many experiences, you guys. But you know what Efren's first impression was when he came to an interview? Anybody guess?
Hello.
No, he was a whiner. He was complaining. He came to the interview. Like this is one exception I've made. I never ever hire someone that comes in complaining. And I don't know what was it about him, but he was complaining about his print job and how they treated him like shit and they didn't care about him. And like, I'm like, oh, he's complaining. I'm the next person he's gonna complain about. But now, Efren. Is that right? Right? Casey flunked his career day. I was like, he came in when we were in the introductions. He talked really good. He showed confidence, leadership. I was like, man, this guy will make it right away. We took him back to the workout. He didn't really do that good. So we were like, well, let's see if he applies again. He came in next month. Didn't give up. And now, I don't think that's been a single week since he started that he hasn't done extra on Raw University. He's the motivation on the West. So you're pretty good. Now, I don't want to get too much into detail here because, I mean, I would have never thought that I would hire someone from Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, you will to a transformation center from Dunkin' Donuts. Is that crazy or what? That's like as far as you go. Well, you're pretty good. And then we can add a sass for him, right? Tommy, Far East head coach. Tommy came in, how many? I think 4 or 5 months of career days, of applying or showing up and him being rejected. We didn't see a star in him, but he wouldn't give up. He was persistent. He kept showing up after we told him no. Next month, career day, we open the door, Tommy's right there. Does this guy not get it? Does this guy not get it? You're pretty good. You're pretty good. And I have Genesis here and I have Rosario together, so that works perfect. Because for both of them, I had the same experience the first time I saw their class. Somebody guess.
Bad.
When they were the first time on the mic. And I was there and I was like watching their first class that I watched. I don't know if it was their first class, but the first class that I watched. And they were on the mic and I was just sitting there and I was like, let me take the mic away from them. Let me take the mic away from them. And it was just like they were paralyzed. I wanted to save the session. And now, you guys are pretty good. Pretty good. And we hired Andrea. How old are you, Andrea?
17.
17. How much experience would you expect someone can bring to the table at 17 years old? Not right. I didn't take any of it. And now she is the champ of wows. She got the wow of the month. And one thing, I don't know if you guys have this. I know I do because I'm a business owner. And I'm obsessed with this. And I want always a higher level. So every time I go to a business, I'm analyzing everything. Like there's trash here, there's dust there. That person didn't acknowledge that client that came in. What happened to us at Dick's that I told you guys? Right? Like everywhere. And I'm like, Andrea does that better. Amy does that better. Malcolm does that better. I'm always thinking about that. So you're good. You're good. Now, let me tell you something about Ronnie, okay? Ronnie joined this team in the tough times. Okay? There was a lot of drama, division. And when she got hired, I hired a group of 3 people. It was 2 super fit guys. I'm talking fit, strong, right? They like me. I'm not talking elite. I'm like almost right there on elite, okay? And every day we would meet, we would train, and she was always behind. I'm like, I never told her, but I was like, oh, she's probably gonna quit. She's probably gonna quit. Because Adrian and Joseph were just like way ahead every time, on every single thing with it. Now guess what? Next Monday, it's her 2-year anniversary, and those 2 guys are not even on the team anymore. Wow. She didn't start being a star, but she's now a star, right? Yeah. Okay, let me hear that.
You're good.
Yes? Really good. All right, you 2 stand up over here. So, I think Sylvia has been here longer than any of you guys probably. She joined when we were in the little tiny gym back at Doniphan Circle. And when she joined, she just didn't. She was like this the whole time. And we were taking her before and after picture, and we couldn't get her to let go of her hands or make eye contact. She wouldn't talk. So coming from that to now being district director, is that
That's awesome.
good?
Yeah.
Is that amazing? She had to help her to let go of the hands, right, and get her in the right position. But she couldn't. She couldn't. Like too shy.
Relax. She's like, okay.
Too shy. Now Andres is holding the camera. He probably thinks he's gonna escape this. Let me tell you about Andres' interview. Okay? 2 years ago, at the web, don't stop recording. I think, I mean, it might be an exaggeration, but he probably said 2 words in the whole interview. He couldn't talk, he was shy, and now we have people raving about him, his work ethic. Like somebody like 2 challenges ago, that he spoke with them on the phone. The family wanted to meet him. They were just asking, "Where's Andres?" Because he like blew us away with his service. Like we just want to meet him and say thank you, just because of a phone call.
That's awesome.
Like how you like that? You're good. Now, nobody started a star here. Everybody started literally down here. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
There's only one person that when we started, when we met, it was like, oh, superstar. Amazing. Like elite level. Mama Rock. When we met, it was like, damn, that's a superstar though. I want her on my team. I want you on my team. Well, there was only one flaw that I saw in her. There's only one thing I didn't like. Guess what it is? Anybody? Take a guess. Somebody guess.
Tacos. She was making tacos all the time.
She didn't want to go out with me. She didn't look at me. She wouldn't go out with me. It was months of rejection. And just like Tommy, I kept showing up. I didn't quit. I won't quit until I die. But all jokes aside, every one of you guys that are here for a reason. Because we are a company that believes in people more than sometimes they believe in themselves. Even when they have disadvantages, when there's adversity, when they're not a superstar. Some people that say that's my strength, some people that say that's my weakness. Sometimes it feels like it's both, I don't know. But for sure, we are a company, we're a movement where we believe in others more than they believe in themselves. Would you guys agree?
Yes.
Every one of you guys that are here, it's meant to be here. It's not an accident. It's not a coincidence. Would you guys agree? Yes. We're here for a reason, right? And I'm not the exception. I'll keep it real. Like, I probably started worse than you guys, okay? Because when I started this, I was not prepared for this. I didn't have any certifications, any degrees. I dropped out of college because I was failing every single class. Nobody supported me. My parents supported me my whole life since I was a kid. And when I said, this is what I want to do, and I was expecting like, oh yeah, well let's go, come on, you can do it. Pat on the back. It was the total opposite. It was, that's stupid. That's never gonna work. You need a real job. If you're gonna do that, don't count on us. And when you go mess up, when you get in trouble, don't come and ask for us to get you out of it. And at that point, I had a lot of pain, a lot of resentment. I couldn't understand. And later, I understood that that's one of the best gifts that life could have ever given me. Because if they would have supported me, we wouldn't be here today. I would have quit. I would have been a loser today. It's that adversity, starting from zero, that helped me got here. Help us got here. Because this is not about me. This is about us. And when I started with no money. The gym didn't even have a floor. It was concrete floor. I could only afford 2 rolls of the blue carpet to get it started. I lost where I was sleeping because I couldn't pay the bills. So everything was the floor for me. It was half the floor. I would sleep on the floor of the office. I didn't even have a speaker or a mic. My alarm clock, one of those old alarm clocks that I had since I was like 10 years old, that's what I used for music. I would plug in my old phone, and I would just have to yell. And it was crazy sleeping 1 hour a night, 2 hours a night, sometimes nothing. Getting up, going to bed like at 1 a.m., waking up at 3 for the next shift, train people early morning, do the diets, customer service, clean everything, 200 to 300 cold calls a day, because nobody knew me. Nobody believed in me. I would put you remember, guys, those lead boxes? Those little raffle boxes that you would see at places like enter your info and win a free month membership.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do. So I'll go pick up those notes, call those people, get yelled at, hanged up on, like, don't call me back, asshole. I told you I'm not interested. That kind of stuff. To get back in the evening, train all the sessions. The last class there was at 6:45 p.m. So it ended at 7:15. But people wouldn't leave till like 9:15. Because I was there just engaging them, answering their questions. I just wanted to feel like, I cannot leave this place. I cannot leave this guy. Like, I have to eat, right? And I was dedicated to it. So everything was about the floor. No floor, right? Sleep on the floor. And one night, at 9:15, everybody leaves. So I'm starting to clean everything, vacuum, toilets, everything, and I'm walking to the men's restroom for the last thing of the day. I would always leave the guys' restroom for the last thing of the day, just, I don't know why. Not what guys do there. So I open the door, I'm like, I'm excited, ready, I'm gonna be done. Then I can get my admin to work, my computer work, so I can go to bed. So I go in, I'm all excited, have my broom, I open the door. And I see something on the floor, I almost step on it. It was shiny, soft, brown. There was a big piece of shit on the floor. Like literally, poop, caca, on the floor. And I'm tired, I'm beat up, I'm sick. And I was like, oh man, who can clean this? Nobody. And I was like, oh no man, I don't want to deal with that. And I got pissed. I was stressed. So I was like, well, the restroom's here. Take like 3 steps, and my office was here. aka my bedroom. I was like, I don't want to smell all that all night. So I had to clean it, right? And I was mad. And then I said, you know what? I have no choice. I can't leave it here till the morning because people come in at 5 a.m. or whatever time, it was 6 a.m. back then. And they can't see a poop there, right? I mean, you can't walk into a gym and there's a piece of shit. Not a good experience. Not a wow experience we want to create. Not our standards. Not our standards. Not extraordinary. Yes, well, it was an extraordinary piece of crap. It was memorable. I wish you could all see it. I wish it would. I can't believe I don't have a picture. Posted on Facebook selfie. My client's killing it. Right, so I had to clean it up. And then I said, you know what? They say the saying says what? When life gives you lemons, make lemonade, right? So I thought, when life gives you poop, then what? Clean up the mess and make some shit happen.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, when life gives you shit, if you can't welcome shit with a good attitude, like if you're gonna bitch about it and feel miserable because like, oh fuck, I can't believe I have to clean this. If you can't deal with shit with a good attitude, you can't do anything successful in your life. Because guess what? The moons, the stars don't align for us. Life sooner or later is gonna give you shit. It gave me shit on the floor. Kind of a unique story, right? But if you guys can welcome shit that you don't want to do, that you don't expect, with a good attitude and say, bring it on, bitch, with a smile. Let's clean that poop, right? And I said, I'm gonna clean this floor like I'm getting paid $1 billion to clean this floor. And that's the attitude that I adopted with everything. Like if you're gonna sweep a floor, if you're gonna clean a window, if you're gonna high-five a client, don't just half-ass it. Why even half-ass it? Like, don't do it at all, right? Or half-ass it, but then don't complain with the results you get. Don't complain with where you are, right? So I said, you know what? Every single thing counts. Every single thing. And if I can clean this poop better than anybody, then I can make the client's day. I can make them brave and fast. I can get them to lose weight. I can get them to bring me a friend, right? And long story short, just get excited when life gives me shit. And that's what I invite you all to do. Because sometimes when life gives you shit, the first thing we do is we get depressed, we get sad, we look for an escape, we look to someone to complain about it, right? And I was like, it's just a little piece of poop, pick it up. Like some of us get pissed because we have to pick up the dust, or we have to take out the trash. Big deal, right? Big deal. Thrive on the little details. If we don't take pride and get obsessed with the little details and do those great, then how can we expect to do big things great, right? So everyone in here is pretty good, right? So I guess coming from that to where we are, I guess we're barely getting started. I'm actually at about a 1% of where I really want to take this. But I guess we can say, humbly say, like, I'm doing pretty good, right? So you can tell me, you're pretty good. You're pretty good. Or you can keep it. Because the reason why we're talking here is because we're pretty good. And that's a fucking problem. Blockbuster was pretty good. Toys R Us was pretty good. Walmart was pretty good. Now they're struggling. Do you guys agree? What's happening? People that are pretty good and start celebrating and patting themselves on the back are getting their ass kicked. And that can't happen to us. You see, pretty good is being selfish. We always talk about here about be selfless, right? Don't be selfish. Well, if you're happy with where you are, why are you so selfish? Because if you're happy with where you are, you're just thinking about you. Pretty good is not enough if you want to expand that to others. Right? Pretty good is not enough for my family. Pretty good is not enough for my team. Like for my kids that I'm about to have next year with this beautiful Mama Ross. Hey, pretty good is not pretty good. Okay? Like, and I don't want pretty good to be enough for you. I want you to pick it up a notch so that you guys realize that, hey, pretty good is not for your families. Pretty good is not for your kids, your next generation. Like, how about you become that person that changes history in your family? How about you stop being just one other great trainer and you become the best fucking trainer in your location? How about all of you guys that are trainers become celebrity trainers with Rock? Like, oh, I want to go to Casey's class. How about you guys that are amazing doing wows at front desk? Don't just settle for just an amazing CEO, but the best CEO. Because this company, what we're doing, we're going to grow, right? We're reaching 1 million lives by 2023. By next year, we need to be at 10 locations. You guys saw that post on Slack a couple weeks ago, right? So I want you guys are the generation that is going to either make this happen or not. And the people that are going to come in behind you or under you are going to learn from your example. Like, I'm not there in the locations. I can't be everywhere. Right? Sylvia can't be everywhere every single time. So you guys, every single one of you, regardless of your position, you got to step up and lead. Whether you have the role or not, you got to step up and lead. Who here considers themselves a leader? Who would say you're a leader? Well, let me tell you something. Every single one here is a leader. The question is, are you being a positive leader or a negative leader? Because let me ask you, is the person that brings drama and gossip and can ruin a team a leader? Absolutely. They're influencing everybody around them. If you influence their thoughts, their behaviors, you're a leader. Right? So now your job is, sometimes we've gone through times where we have a cancer in a team, right? Someone we might love, we might like, but they're bringing the team down. They're being a leader, believe it or not, because they're influencing everybody around them. So what I need all of you guys to do is not for the clients, not for me, for you. Step up and lead so that you stop saying, hey, I'm doing pretty good, this is pretty good. And you can really get to that elite level, which is, I don't know about you, but that's where I want to go in every aspect of life. Because when you do great here, it makes you a better parent. It makes you a better spouse, right? It makes you better at your other job, whatever you have. You know, some of you guys, I know you have another job. So become that role model. Can I count on you to do that?
Yes.
Who here is fired up? Yeah! All right. So number one, right? Welcome adversity, right?
Yes.
When life gives you shit,
Make sure that's
clean it up. Leave it there. And I was about to leave it there and walk 3 steps to my room. Okay? Clean it up, make shit happen. Right? Doesn't matter where you start your adversity. A lot of times that adversity, that disadvantage, is your biggest gift. It's what pointing you in the direction of where you really need to be. Right? So, this is the last time we say we're pretty good, right?
Yes.
Let's say it just one more time. So we can say, you're pretty good! Alright, no more of that shit. Alright, because again, Blockbuster was pretty good, Toys R Us was pretty good, and Amazon came in, Netflix came in, right? We got a lot of wannabes right now trying to come in for what's ours. I don't know if you guys realize, but there's never in the history of El Paso Las Cruces been so many wannabes. And gyms open up so fast, and then now we have even virtual trainings, like we got Peloton, we got Beachbody with this bullshit obsession they call, where people just work out on their phone, right? But you know you can't compare that to what we do when we really touch people, right? And a lot of times people are confusing us. They think we're the same. They think we're the same. Why? Because we're pretty good, right? We're way better. Who here honestly believes that other gym is going to care about the members, the clients, like we do? Who here honestly believes there's another place that will give them the results we will? Then, if somebody else goes into another gym, something's broken, right? Like, honestly, we should just put all the other gyms out of business. Oh, Octavio, that's mean, that's rude. No, we can hire them. Or they can work at McDonald's. Your manager at McDonald's? Or you can work at McDonald's. No, but seriously, like, let's bring him on board. Let's bring him on board. Like, we need to be the leaders. And if the industry, if the industry is copying everything we do, that means we're leading. But the problem is the market, the clients don't know the difference. So we have to take what we do from here to here, and then very humbly brag about it. We don't brag, but guess what? Nobody knows about all these wows and amazing things we do and how we're different and unique, and we dress up and we make all this because we need to get speed. We need to get speed. You guys agree?
Yes.
I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.